Hello everyone, so I'm the CEO of Robusta.dev and we monitor your Kubernetes clusters, and I'm always looking for new ways to explain to people what it is that we do and why Robusta is important. So I thought it would be fun to take Robusta's website and to feed it into this copywriting tool I saw, which generates alternative explanations using artificial intelligence. Now I'm in general skeptical of these types of tools, but I thought it would be fun to see what it can come up with for Robusta. So I'll jump over here and let's just do this from scratch. So I think we will try and create a Twitter ad about Robusta. So let's see. And we'll give it the Robusta homepage. And it pulls in some data here from the page, which is nice. Now I'm creating a project which will be the set of all the different recommendations I have on this. And I want to see what type of recommendations I'm going to get. I know from playing around with this in the past, some of them will be pretty wacky, and some of them will actually be surprisingly good. So let's generate some default recommendations. And I can choose here different settings for what these recommendations will be like. So I chose the default, and next maybe I'll try and create some more confident ones, or then I'll try and create some sales pitch ones. Stop keeping up with Kubernetes alerts, use Robusta, and never miss an issue again. Okay, so that's the first recommendation. That's not bad. Automated troubleshooting and maintenance with Robusta, that feels like it was just copy-pasted from the page. Robusta is the best way to stay on top of Kubernetes alerts, and so on. Okay, so not bad. It's not pulling in anything about Prometheus, so you don't know from this, does it complement Prometheus, which it does, or is it totally different? Let's see if we can get something more interesting. Now, it takes a while. I think it runs some machine learning algorithm when you press this, so that's why it takes some time. If you're not using Robusta, you're doing it wrong. I like that one, actually. Robusta is the best way to keep your Kubernetes cluster healthy. I feel like is that on the page, though? Robusta is the best, no. Okay, so it's taking the message on the page and it's actually turning into something a little more succinct. So that's not bad. Kubernetes is a lot of fun, but it's not always easy to get it to work. Robusta is here to help. What if you could use the power of Kubernetes to solve your Kubernetes problems? What if you could easily find and fix Kubernetes problems? What if you could use Kubernetes to find and fix Kubernetes problems? Okay, this one is a little bit confused. Robusta is the best way to stay on top of Kubernetes alerts. I feel like that's copied again. Robusta is the... No, that's not. Best. Why? I don't know. Okay, I don't see the exact text here, but it is something that I feel like I would have written somewhere. Okay, let's create something to explain to a 5th grader. Now, in the meantime, I'm opening up some other things I looked at in the past. And I want to see. No, that's not interesting. Okay, I tried to create some Google ads as well. These were some of the interesting ones. Be ahead of your competitors. Try our open source platform now. So we are open source. I don't know what that has to do with being ahead of your competitors. Buy Robusta now and save 50% in the early birds special. These were the hard sell ones that are supposed to be like sales, so you definitely feel that. Kubernetes is critical to your business. Keep it running smoothly with Robusta. Okay, conversational style. We're proud to announce that Robusta is open source. It's like a smart home, but for Kubernetes. A new generation of monitoring for Kubernetes. This one I like. We're all about making your life easier. We can even fight the bad guys for you. That's not related, but I like it. I should say some of these are actually really not bad. Like, I'm surprised by how good the output is on some of these, and at least apparently understands what it's talking about. Kubernetes is a powerful system. It requires advanced tools to keep it in top shape. I'll show you my favorite one now. Let's see if we got some more here. Kubernetes is hard to debug, but not with Robusta. Kubernetes is hard to debug. Robusta makes it easy. Kubernetes is complex. Robusta makes it easier to use Kubernetes. Okay, so these aren't bad. They're just spitting it out. And one last thing I want to show, actually, which I created before, my all-time favorite. And these were witty tweets. Not the Twitter ad, but the witty tweets. That's what I actually meant to go into in the beginning. So this one, it's just a bunch of smileys. Okay. Kubernetes is hard. I think I'll just chill with my bestie Docker. Kubernetes is hard to use and requires lots of initial bootstrapping. If I could go back in time, I would have invested my entire portfolio in Kubernetes during ICO. Okay, so this is the one that definitely has zero understanding, but it just threw an ICO because it's a buzzword. and invest in my entire portfolio. I'm going to try and use Kubernetes without looking up how. That would be a good tweet, actually. I think I'll tweet that. And this was my all-time favorite. Yeah, Kubernetes is cool, but there was one time when I was trying to make an allergen-free chickpea vegan spicy ramen. I really needed containers, and Kubernetes wasn't working. So I like this. I think, in summary, I think I would use a project like this again to get different ideas for how I could phrase something differently, maybe simplify the language. But you definitely have to look through and see them. Like there's a feature in here where you can have it automatically A/B test your website, and it puts in different recommendations. I wouldn't feel comfortable using that. But I think some of these are actually decent ways that maybe are a more concise way of writing something than I would have written it myself. So all in all, I think it's a win. Hope this was fun, and see you next time.